President of the United States just called for Democratic members of Congress to be executed. This is not normal. We cannot allow this to feel normal. This, as far as I know, has never happened before in the history of the country. Every Democratic member of the Senate and the House, their life is in jeopardy right now, especially those that were specifically targeted by this social media post. Democratic senators and House members who were simply saying that no member of the military should act illegally or in violation of the Constitution. The President of the United States just called for members of Congress to be executed. If you are a person of influence in this country, maybe it's time to pick a fucking side. If you are a Republican in Congress, if you are a Republican governor, maybe it's time to draw a line in the sand and say that under no circumstances should the President of the United States be calling on his political opposition to be hanged. We are at a very dangerous moment right now. The President is engaged in the wholesale incitement, endorsement, and rationalization of political violence in this country. This is a very slippery slope that we are on. This is a moment for people to step up, for Republicans to step up, for business leaders to step up. Anybody who has a voice or a soapbox in this country needs to draw a line in the sand and say that it is not acceptable for the President of the United States to call on the murder of his political opposition.
Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekor Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. All right. So you have Nero 47. Now he says the acts of the left, as far as them asking the military to revolt, should be punishable by death. All right. And you see he used a specific word. All right. Seditious. All right. So I get seditious. Find out the spelling, sedition. So, sedition is incitement of resistance to or insurrection against lawful authority. All right. That lawful authority being the government, man. All right. Or who's in power. And you know who's in power? Nero 47, and all they doing is bucking at him. This is clear sedition. Even, you have the people who are seditious, but even, within this man's own government, you have an attempt at an upheaval of his rulership, to the point now they're saying the military shouldn't listen to him. And I seen this bubbling like a month ago, with all this, the military saying certain things. They keep it, I guess you would say, professional as they can, but just letting the Nero 47 know, I serve the Constitution, not the commander-in-chief. I seen that bubbling like a month ago, and now you have the left playing on that to continue this seditious behavior or this insurrection towards this power structure. All right. Insurrection is an act or instance of revolting against civil authority or an established government. And that's all you're seeing is, revolting, to the point that now Nero 47 say they should get hung in the street, basically lynched in the street for even suggesting this. All right. This insurgents says mutiny, rebellion, revolt, revolution, rising, or uprising. All right. And this is all you seeing amongst these people, man. All right. To that word, upheaval, extreme agitation or disorder, or a radical change. And this is what these people think they're going to bring forth if they get this man, out of office. This place is doomed anyway. It really don't matter. But, this is the current state. This is the prophecy coming to pass. As I go to Ezra's, of this sedition among men. 15. Second Ezra 15 to 16. For there shall be sedition among men. And you see Trump even use that word seditious, to describe the acts of, not only the left, but the following, the Democratic Party, that's in the street doing this too. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Not regarding any kings or princes. This dude, the American president used to be like a prestigious thing amongst the nations. I guess you would say back in this place heyday, because we in the latter end now, but it's always been or that position has always been, highly regarded. This dude here get disrespected every day. Everything he do, they buck at it. This is the most hated man on the world, and this is the tables turning on Esau. But getting back to the point, as you see, he used the word seditious. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Not regarding their kings nor princes, and this is happening, in a heavy way. Nobody respects this man. Anything he says, everything he does, they have, something to counter it, or some type of expose on it. This place is at war with itself. All right. If Satan kingdom be divided against itself, how can it stand? And you see these people are really getting aggressive, as far as their speech towards one another. But I ain't gonna hold you. Hope that video was edifying. Shalom.